when they travel.
What's one comment or compliment or email you received that you still think about?
I think back to one I got on a video I made in Portugal years ago, and it was a song I made, but I made it in Portuguese. It was a parody song, and it was based off American Idiot by Green Day, but it was Idioto Português. So it was like Portuguese. So I was making a song like pop references in it, and this guy got on there. It's like, you deserve the same fate as Saddam Hussein for saying these things about Portugal. And I'm like, dude, it was like literally, I'm like talking about all the Swifties, no really good music. I mean, it's nothing bad. And then I actually replied back to him like, dude, this is a parody video. It was actually on TV in Portugal, like, because it got on there like Secret Radical, which is like kind of like an MTV kind of thing. And the guy's like, oh, I didn't realize. And then he became a huge fan. So he went from like, wow, you're giving me a death threat to like, I'm a huge fan just because you didn't understand the thing. And it's been kind of interesting over the years because we've had some, like, I will give social media this. They've done a better job of like monitoring stuff, because like there were times where there was like threats on me and my wife and my kids, and you're like, oh my goodness, you know. And then you're like, I remember I was filming in Hamburg, and I'm like looking around the whole time while I'm filming because it was like kind of scary. And then it's like, wait, most of these people are just, you know, just doing it to be a jerk, you know. And then you're like, oh, okay. And I think that's one of the toughest things. Anybody that wants to get into social media, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on, you know, LinkedIn, or well, not LinkedIn so much, but like YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, you got to have thick skin. You got to have like, you know, the duck where the water just rolls off you, because those trolls, they'll keep coming because they want you to do something. They want you to say something. And most of the time, I just kind of like, my wife, she has a hard time. That's why she doesn't do a lot of videos, because she takes it very personally. And I'll tell you, trolls on YouTube are bad. But when it comes to women, they're horrible to women. It is horrible to see. Like the comments my wife will get versus the comments I will get. It's you're like, oh my God, what the hell is wrong with you people? Like how they talk to her sometimes, you know? And it's bad. And so I'm like, don't read the comments. Like, because she does very good stuff. Like her background's in architectural history. And so she goes like, okay, you're here. Let's explain this building here. People say stupid. I'm like, why are they being that way? Oh, because they're trying to be funny, or they're trying to like, you know, be powerful or something. I don't know. But that's one of the things. Anybody that does want to do these things, like you'll see as your stuff grows, you'll get those comments. You're like, what, why? Where's this even coming from? You know? So, yeah.
And the other thing is that you mostly remember the negative one and not the positive ones. Mm-hmm. And even if someone feels positive about what you're doing, mm-hmm. they usually don't share it, and they just keep it to themselves. So that's something that
Well, that's one thing I do like, because I will get random like tweets or random DMs on Instagram from somebody who's never commented on a video, never like, because, you know, tell you, oh, they've commented on 5 of your videos, or they've like liked these posts, or they followed you for 6 years. And they're like, you know, I've watched your videos for years, and I use it for my travels. I just want to say thank you. I'm like, oh, I'm glad I could be a little part of your travels, because that's the best thing about it. I mean, we have over 210 million views on our travel channel. And it's like, that's 210 million people that watched our videos that helped them travel and see more of the world. I'm like, I got to be a little part of their trip, and it's like, that's kind of cool. You know, it's like I got to help them. So when they say thank you, it's like, that's awesome. I appreciate it. You know, and so we do have people that are very nice. Like we have a wonderful fan base that, you know, we'll do lives. They'll get up on there, and when we travel around, they'll meet up with us and stuff. That's really cool. But yeah, like it's like anything. We always remember the mean things somebody says and not all the nice stuff. But so like, hence why that was one that came up. Because, you know, also if I told you about the nice things people say, it doesn't sound as cool.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, no, there's a lot of really nice, there's been a lot of really wonderful fellow travelers, as we call everyone on the thing, over the years. And that's been one of the nice things. Like my students, like people say, what's the thing you love about their teaching you love the most? The students. Like having my students, seeing them grow, seeing them succeed, getting to know them, that's the best part of being a professor. Like that's awesome. Yeah. What's the worst part? There's a lot of worst parts. Like the idea, let's focus on the good. Like that's one of those things you want to try to do, because then it helps you to keep making more. Because if I just focus on trolls and mean people, then I would stop making videos. I'm like, no, because I know there's that family out there that's going to be taking their first trip to Europe or first trip to South America, you know, next summer, and they don't know anything. I can help them be ready so they feel more comfortable. So instead of just staying in their hotel in Sao Paulo, they go and explore and go to Minas Gerais, or they go, you know, they go to Rio, or they see something else. And I'm like, hey, if I helped you feel comfortable to see the world, that's the best compliment ever.